Dear Nephew Mike, it's been a bumpy hayride of a week. Apparently, if you learn too much of one thing at a time, you'll bake your noodle. So I took a break from learning conjurations and crafting for a while. It was nice to relax and not be running and screaming from things for a change, taking time out to just sit and see how truly beautiful the world is and make some new friends. Which is what I did. I can't remember any of their names really, but that's because they all sound like Michizaki Nakabuki, or Hataki Matakaras, or Toyota Mitsubishi. Why do I never meet adventurers named Larry or Bob? Once I made some new acquaintanceships, once my brain was not in danger of exploding anymore, I could start learning some more stuff, so it wasn't long before we were out saving the world from purse snatchers again. Imagine my glee in being able to take a crew of 8 battle croakers to face those lint-licking bandits. Hey guys, I'm back. Say hello to my little friends. We murdered those feather pluckers. One of the Mickey Flick-Up adventurers I was with must have had an even bigger bone to pick with them than I did, because he kept hacking those bandits into chopped liver after we whooped them. I almost tossed my cookies, but it was a free lunch, so I didn't want to waste it. We ran all over the place and there was much carnage. I mostly just watched and shook my head. One of these hombres was downright loco. He'd jump high up into the air, do a backflip, and fire off a dozen arrows in every direction. As impressive and devastating as this was, I couldn't help but wonder why no one else was concerned about getting turned into a proverbial pincushion by this crazy pant pleater. I reckon they're just used to it, which is a special kind of loony in itself, Mikey. There are lots of good-hearted folks about, and a group gave me another link pearl. This one is called Ace Should Die Tower. I'm not sure why Ace should die or why he has to be killed in a tower, but I figured it was a sore subject and didn't want to ask too many questions from this obviously irritated and well-armed group of people, particularly if they're looking for Cousin Ace. You might want to warn him about paying his manure hauling bills in a more timely fashion. I also did some exploring on my own and happened to a den of these creepy little creatures called spriggans. I found out they're called that because that's the cuss words you keep shouting while you have to chase them all over God's green earth while you're hunting them. Fast little boogers and ornery too. You can't adventure all the time though, so after a while it was time to head back to town and see if there was some Platinum Mirage buffet leftovers donated to the Adventurer's Halfway House for Wayward Wanderers. Man, those casino chicken tenders are luscious after ripening for a day or two, although things are just as weird inside the gates as they are outside. I kept running into people wearing nothing but their skivvies. I'm not sure why, but I think it's either a new fad or because it's just so darn hot in Ul'dah. Either way, I'm not going to complain about seeing the pretty girls in their undies, but I do reserve the right to complain about seeing Rogadins in their bloomers. Just not going to complain to their faces. Oh, I also ran into a nice craftsman again. He fixed both of my sticks for me. That's a relief. You just feel ineffective wandering around with a useless implement. I also got to see that nice lady who made that dress for me, and thank her for all the trouble it saw me through. I didn't tell her about all the trouble it got me into. Another odd thing about this place is everyone wants to hug Lalafels all the time. You can't get but about 2 blocks before some gal squeals and runs up to you giggling wanting a hug. I'm not sure if they're on drugs or not, but hey, hugs are free and the girls are soft and squishy in all the right places. And that's today's lesson, Mikey. The best gift you can give is a hug. They don't cost nothing and one size fits all. No one ever minds if you return it either. I've enclosed a shower cap for your mom's cat so she can avoid another unfortunate incident like last time. Right ya if my brain doesn't melt. Love, your uncle, Traveling Jake.